So, a bit of backstory first. I'm a dive master, been diving almost my entire life. Done deep sea welds, rescue and recovery. I've seen enough bloated corpses to fill a school bus over the course of my career. There's only one thing I've ever seen that's inexplicable. Only one thing that's truly scared me. I'm a pretty hardened guy, it's something I've had to become due to the nature of my job. You can't afford to start panicking when you're 800 feet underwater. Why? Well, there's a number of reasons, but mostly it can literally kill you. If you try to panic swim to the surface without safety stops to let your body decompress, you will die from decompression sickness. So at all times you must stay calm while diving. Even if you've found the bloated body of a small child with her eyes gone and can barely breathe because the urge to simultaneously retch and cry is so strong you can hardly function. I guess this is reading more like a description of diving as a profession, but I need to add one more technical detail for you to fully understand the context. When you dive deep, there's another major risk you run: narcosis. Essentially, the pressure becomes so extreme that the gases you're breathing in change their properties and have an effect on your brain similar to narcotic drugs. The symptoms increase as you go deeper. They include sleepiness, confusion, hallucinations, dizziness, hysteria, nausea, loss of memory, euphoria, and eventually, death. There is also a risk of oxygen toxicity, where oxygen literally becomes toxic to your body, causing seizures and possibly death. I hope I don't need to explain why seizures while diving is a poor combination. With that out of the way, I can get to my story. I was doing a recovery dive in a local lake for the police. Some idiot kid who hadn't worn his life jacket while drinking on a party boat. It was deep enough to require mixed gas to avoid narcosis. I was following all the normal protocols, keeping in contact with my diving partner, watching my dive computer. It doesn't take long to get to the bottom, getting back up always takes much longer. Me and my partner split up to cover more ground because visibility was extremely low. It must have been about 5 minutes before I saw it. There was a human silhouette standing upright at the bottom of the lake. I swam closer and found a man, perfectly preserved without a sign of decay on his body. He was buried in silt up to his shins. It really looked like he could still be alive, or had only been dropped into the water a few moments ago. I tied a line to him and started to head back up to the surface so I could get the boat team to haul up the body. So I swim up, letting the line play out behind me until I reach my first safety stop. While I'm waiting for my body to decompress so I can head further up, I notice that the spool of line is still being pulled out even though I've stopped. It's completely taut and rolling out straight down at a blistering speed. It takes me about half a second to realize that my reel is about to run out and I'm about to be sucked down by the line. There's a good 900 plus feet on my line, and the speed it was being reeled out was so tremendous that as soon as I tried to grab it, my hand was split almost completely open to the bone. In retrospect, that was a dumb thing to do, but it was just basic instinct to grab the rope and try to cut it with my knife. I get a sudden IQ boost and instead cut the straps holding the reel to my suit a few seconds before the line runs out and it vanishes into the murky water within about half a second. I feel as if the force of the whiplash alone would have been strong enough to break my back and kill me if I hadn't cut the straps. I'm pretty shaken at this point, more shaken than I've been since I found my first dead kid. But still I manage to ascend slowly and take my safety spots despite the pain, fear, and of course all the blood leaking out of my hand. Good thing this was a freshwater dive, or I might have been in real trouble on my way up. Anyway, my knee-jerk reaction and what everyone else told me was that it was narcosis-fueled hallucinations. Divers see all sorts of shit when narcosis kicks in. I've heard stories of fish and squid with human faces. Some guy swears he was face to face with Thulhu. My point is, narcosis is to an extent like temporarily being on DMT, and it can make you see some absolutely crazy shit. The thing I can't make sense of is how I got the cut on my hand. It's clearly from a rope, it's not clean enough to be from my knife or any other sharp object. The doctor even noted that I had friction burns all surrounding the cut. So what the fuck caused the cut if I was hallucinating? And if I wasn't hallucinating, what the fuck could drag out a line that fast? What really keeps me up at night is that the guy was resting on the bottom of the lake, and my line was going straight down. So either he was pulled through the bottom of the lake, or something with incredible strength and speed grabbed my rope and was reeling me in like a fish. I'm not sure which is worse.